Tonight, the U.S. ignites cluster bomb contention, sparking widespread fallout after the decision to supply controversial munitions. Allies express growing concern.
The UK is signatory to a convention which prohibits the production or use of cluster munitions.
As Ukraine marks 500 days of war, defiance, and survival. Riding a beloved annual tradition to gain support.
How's everyone doing today? Happy Stampede!
How politicians are roping thousands of fairgoers. Plus, angling for long-lost treasure.
We just pull out this great door from the bottom of the canal.
The new hobby that's casting off and catching on.
CTV National News with Sandy Rinaldo. Reporting tonight, John Ehrlichman.
Good evening. American officials remain under fire tonight for their decision to send controversial weapons to Ukraine. Several NATO allies sharing their concerns about a U.S. military aid package that includes cluster bombs. They're known for causing widespread harm and killing civilians. The growing unease comes as Ukraine marked another grim milestone. CTV's John Venevelle-Rao starts us off tonight.
As Ukraine today entered its 500th day of war, new video showed soldiers near Bakhmut moving in on Russian positions as their costly counteroffensive continued. This as images were also released showing Vladimir Zelensky traveling to Snake Island in the Black Sea, a symbol of Ukrainian resistance, where early in the war, Ukrainian soldiers famously defied orders from a Russian warship to surrender.
Slava Ukraine.
Zelensky saying, "Glory to Ukraine, we will definitely win." According to the UN, 500 days in, the war has claimed the lives of more than 9,000 civilians, including 500 children. But Ukraine hoping new controversial cluster munitions that America has agreed to send will help bring about a victory. Exploding in midair, they can scatter small bombs across a wide area.
We need it, and I am very thankful to the United States. They made this decision.
But some NATO members expressing concerns about it all. Spain and the UK today joined Canada in stating their opposition to such weapons.
The UK is signatory to a convention which prohibits the production or use of cluster munitions and discourages their use.
In fact, more than 120 countries have banned them over concerns unexploded bomblets can become a major risk to civilians, not unlike landmines.
I think it's a very serious mistake. I think it's going to change the narrative very much on what's happening in Ukraine.
Still, some think cluster bombs could be effective at clearing out Russians dug into trenches.
Ukrainian offensive not doing as well as people had hoped, and they need a boost, and this could provide that boost.
Russia has itself used cluster munitions in its war, and Ukraine has promised to avoid using them in urban areas. While the U.S. president will no doubt face questions from allies about the decision when he attends a NATO summit in Lithuania early next week. As for Russia, it is calling it an act of desperation that will have no effect on its war effort. John.
Okay, we'll be tracking that. Thanks, John. Canada's political leaders are in Alberta this weekend using the Calgary Stampede as a chance to rally support for their parties. Pancake flips and selfies, all par for the course at the greatest outdoor show on earth. Attendance figures show more than 200,000 people took in the first day of events yesterday. With numbers like that, politicians can't resist pressing the flesh. CTV's Mark Villani reports.
Golden brown. Here we go. Prime Minister Trudeau isn't the best at flipping pancakes, but he's still the star of this Stampede breakfast hosted by Calgary's Ismaili Muslim community.
He is really supportive, especially with the immigrants. And a lot of countries, they block their borders, but he luckily opened the borders and welcomed a lot of people.
Trudeau used the Stampede as a chance to tout liberal policies such as climate check rebates, along with child and grocery benefits.
These are things that we know are not a choice between economic growth or helping people. It's that you create economic growth by helping people.
Your home, my home, our home. Let's bring it home.
But Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre says Ottawa is disrespecting and neglecting Western Canada.
We want to bring home lower prices by axing the carbon tax, bring home powerful paychecks, bring homes that people can afford.
And many Albertans are fed up. Protesters swarmed Trudeau at an event with local Liberal MP George Chahal. Meanwhile, hundreds attended Poilievre's breakfast, some waiting more than an hour to get a photo with him.
There's more support than people think that there is. This shows it.
And support was welcome for Alberta Premier Danielle Smith. She hopes to create more opportunities for newcomers to her province.
Alberta must be a place where newcomers can come and find a sense of belonging and where barriers to their success are removed.
But some say politics needs to be separate from Stampede pancakes.
It's great to see everybody come together, whether you want one thing or another for our city. I think we all just want a happy community.
We need to understand that the world is stronger when we allow ideas to surface and we put our ideologies aside.
Mark Villani, CTV News, Calgary.
The Stampede not only draws politicians, but protesters as well. Dozens of animal rights activists gathered outside the grounds today to have their voices heard.
Tradition is no excuse.
The group claims the rodeo and calf roping events are abusive to animals and lead to senseless deaths.
We don't have to have animal cruelty to be Western heritage. I just don't know where that all became, that all this calf roping and rodeo became what Calgary was famous for, because it shouldn't be.
The protesters are calling on the Stampede to end the rodeo events altogether. Many Canadians are starting to take summer breaks, but money worries are throwing a wrench in vacation plans this year. Here's CTV's Vanessa Lee on the trend towards staying local.
Many Canadians aren't planning on going far this summer, as inflation puts the brakes on dream vacations.
Usually we travel more abroad. This summer we're staying closer to Ottawa.
A new survey by Nanos Research shows 38% of Canadians plan on spending less on their vacation this year because of financial concerns.
Groceries for sure, gas, property tax, everything is more expensive nowadays, so there's nothing cheap.
Plane tickets are no exception.
You know, cost is something that's very difficult to get around. You know, if you're looking at airfare for the first time, especially compared to the pre-pandemic, you might notice fares are 2 times the price, 3 times the price.
Nearly 60% of those surveyed say they have no interest in traveling abroad.
Staying local is the key right now, doing day trips that are in and around the city.
For those looking to save up for a trip further away, experts advise booking early, as last-minute deals are long gone.
Once upon a time, you could wait until the last minute and have, phenomenal pricing. Now it's reversed. The earlier you book, the cheaper it is. The closer you get to the date, the planes are more full. As the planes are full, the prices remain higher. They get higher and higher.
The Tourism Industry Association of Canada says it expects domestic tourism spending to match pre-pandemic levels this year. A much-needed boost for businesses still struggling to recover. Vanessa Lee, CTV News, Montreal.
We've seen very little movement at the ports in British Columbia. Dock workers are still on strike. They've been off the job for a week now. They're seeking higher wages and more job security, but there have been few signs of progress since talks broke down. The union has a rally scheduled tomorrow. Some businesses are raising concerns the shutdown will lead to more inflation. Thousands of Canadian farmers are concerned about rising costs. They've been supporting a bill that could provide some relief, but it's been stuck in the Senate. Here's CTV's Jill McIshon.
Summer has just started, and already farmers are worried about fall, not the crop, the extra cost. As natural gas and propane used to heat barns and dry crops is expected to cost producers more after the Senate stopped short of passing a bill to exempt farmers from this portion of the carbon tax.
It's definitely more money out of our pockets, makes us less competitive in the international market. Thousands of farmers across all of Canada are impacted.
Farmers spared the carbon tax on diesel and gasoline to run farm equipment like tractors and combines are now faced with this cost. Agricultural lobby groups in Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba have joined forces to appeal to politicians to get Bill C-234 passed before the Senate broke for summer. It didn't. Now consumers might be the next impacted as farms expect to run higher costs in the colder months.
All producers, all individuals that are going to the grocery store know what's happening with what we're coming out of with increased food costs. And the bottom line is that we need this passed so that to ensure that we remain competitive.
Introduced as a private member's bill, C-234 had all-party support in the House of Commons earlier this year before it moved to the Senate. Now it's being reviewed with the expectation, says a Conservative senator supporting the bill, it will pass too late to cut the tax for farmers coming into harvest.
They see the opportunity for this year slipping by. It's been referred to Agriculture Committee and Finance Committee, which really won't be able to dig into the study of this bill until the fall.
And it may not pass until winter. With no relief in sight, farmers are hoping for a dry fall to spare them from drying their grains and a warm winter to save them from heating their barns as they wait for their tax break. Jill Makashon, CTV News, near Winnipeg.
Police hunted down and arrested a suspect on the run after a subway stabbing in Toronto caused chaos on a moving train. The incident has reignited safety concerns with the city's transit system. CTV's Beth McDonnell has more in this report.
The onboard lunch hour stabbing Thursday caused fear and panic, sending passengers scrambling for safety and a man to hospital with life-threatening injuries. The accused is 25-year-old Moses Lewin. Police say he was tracked down Friday and arrested.
I feel some sense of relief, yes.
But it doesn't change anything because you can't say because they were arrested, it's not going to happen again.
According to police, Lewin has no fixed address. He's been charged with attempted murder, aggravated assault, assault with a weapon, and 2 counts of failing to comply with a release order.
And here you have somebody brazenly having a UFC-style-like fight, but brings a knife to it and does it while on bail. If that doesn't renew the loud calls for a real re-examination of our bail system, I don't know that anything will.
This guy was being very aggressive and yelling in her face.
This man says he stepped in during a different incident to protect a girl. On the subway every day, he says it's time to be more proactive rather than reactive. In this case, police allege the accused and victim got into an argument before the stabbing.
So more security around the subway station in general, that would be a little more beneficial.
But for some, the severity and frequency of violence on the transit system over the last year has created a lack of trust.
I'm not only a woman, but I'm also a mom. So that's why I don't feel safe anymore. It's like I'm always checking what's around me.
While others are trying to live and travel as normally as possible.
Knowing that the man is already captured, make the community more safe.
Transit advocacy group Code Red TO says that TTC has become an ad hoc housing and mental health agency due to service cuts. It called this incident upsetting, reducing rider confidence. Beth McDonnell, CTV News, Toronto.
Coming up, she was labeled a security threat, but now she's safe on Canadian soil.
Everything was about to be taken from me, including my safety, maybe my life, my daughter.
Sharing her remarkable story of fear, family, and life as a Syrian human rights defender. Plus, the new hobby that has treasure hunters hooked. An activist who was tortured in prison for defying a dictator has been granted permanent resident status in Canada. She was living here in limbo after initially being flagged as a national security threat until CTV drew attention to her case. Judy Trin has her story.
I'm happy to announce that Canada is home.
Syrian human rights defender Noura Al-Jazawi is now a permanent resident after 3 long years. The threat of deportation doesn't loom anymore. The Canada Border Service Agency no longer views her as a potential national security threat.
2 weeks before everything was about to be taken from me, including my safety, maybe my life, my daughter.
Al-Jazawi, now living in Toronto, was flagged as a risk because of her past activism. She organized pro-democracy protests against the brutal regime of Bashar al-Assad. She was jailed and tortured. Her testimony also forms part of Canada's case in the International Court of Justice to hold the Syrian regime accountable for war crimes. 2 weeks ago, CTV News asked the Prime Minister why al-Jazawi was considered a security risk.
I'm not going to comment on direct cases, but I know that the Minister is following up on that specific case. Canada is always there to uphold human rights defenders.
After CTV published its story, more than 300 human rights organizations and activists from around the world petitioned Canada to grant al-Jazawi status.
The system, it's not working.
MP Jenny Kwan says al-Jazawi's case shows that the government needs to review how it evaluates applications from human rights activists.
Even though when Canada say that we can be a safe haven for you, that we welcome you, we cherish you for the work that you do, and when you come to Canada and you're seeking permanent residency, you could actually be barred from admissibility.
Canada has created special programs to grant asylum to democracy and human rights activists, especially women. But once they arrive, it's unknown how many are labeled potential security risks because they spoke out against oppressive regimes. John.
All right, Judy, thank you. Frustrated families desperate to reunite with loved ones marched the streets of Montreal today, denouncing the delays. Dozens protested in front of the federal immigration office, highlighting excruciating times in the family reunification program.
When we first applied, the waiting time, the processing time was 12 months, and it's now been moving up to 18, 24, and last night we saw it go up to even 26.
And it's unfair for Felix to not have his father, and for my husband to not be able to enjoy all the little moments.
Application processing times in Quebec for immigrants currently range between 24 and 26 months, which is 10 to 15 months longer than the rest of Canada. Still ahead, an eco-friendly hobby.
It's fun, you're near the water, it's fresh, and you do some physical work, and you can find some treasures.
The thrill of the hunt for sunken treasures in Quebec's waterways. Hundreds of hobbyists are expected to turn out this month for Quebec's first magnet fishing day. The pastime growing in popularity sees fishers cast into the waterways to discover what lurks below, and sometimes the catch of the day is not what you'd expect. CTV's Lauren Fernandez now on the Alloy Anglers.
Give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. Teach him to magnet fish, and a new hobby is born.
It's fun, you're near the water, it's fresh, and you do some physical work, and you can find some treasures.
Frédéric Hardy discovered magnet fishing during the pandemic, and it quickly became his fascination.
It's a passion, and it's my moment of peace.
But the real story is what he's pulled from the water.
We just pull out this great door from the bottom of the canal. I found a mortar.
He's also found lots of scrap metal, bikes, car parts, and even weaponry, including this gun.
An old explosive shell that I found in the canal right here. Military came to get it, and I don't know what happened after.
From pot pipes to locks, he's seen it all. The strangest item he's caught?
A bull statue. I kept it, and I'm trying to restore it.
Hardy says his hobby isn't just fun, it's also a way to help the environment.
A way to clear the waterways and the canals so they can have a better world.
And while he doesn't like to see people using the water as a dump, he's always intrigued at what he'll find next.
Every day is different, just like the lottery. And you have one chance, but if you have a bigger magnet, you have more numbers, so more chance to win the big prize.
And another prize for Hardy. He'll be hosting the country's first ever global magnet fishing event next week in Saint-Jean-sur-Richelieu.
There's a lot of people that are on the old continent that does the magnet fishing. There are a lot of communities. A lot of people are talking to each other. Even I talk to people from the UK, France, Germany, even Finland.
It's a hobby that's sweeping the globe, bringing together people from around the world. You could say they're drawn to each other like magnets. Lauren Fernandez, CTV News.
A Follow-up now to a story we brought you earlier this week about world traveler Marcus Buchanan. After 8 years, 80,000 kilometers in 32 countries, the 40-year-old Canadian completed his odyssey. Throughout the journey, he traveled by foot, bicycle, sailboat, even pogo stick, but nothing with a motor. The final leg of Buchanan's adventure ended today with a celebration in Toronto. After the break. From the forests of BC to dance clubs around the world, the singer's message takes flight. We leave you tonight with the story behind a tune creating global buzz. It started out as a song raising awareness around the importance of bees, and it has since found a home on dance floors around the world. Here's CTV's Adam Sawatsky.
Kelly Fleming has taken an unexpected turn on a musical journey that began when she formed her first band at 12.
Did these silly songs based on like Tiger Beat magazine.
While Kelly was a big fan of the Bay City Rollers back then, she pursued classical music in college before launching a decades-long career performing folk rock.
I wanted songs to actually carry some kind of punch and meaning.
Like that summer when wildfire smoke was turning blue skies red, and Kelly was compelled to write a song about her feelings surrounding the state of the environment and the crucial role of bees.
That juxtaposed an adult's grief with a child's sense of wonder at discovering joy in just this beautiful place we live.
Kelly titled it The Vanishing of the Bees, recorded it for her latest album, and prepared to play it live on tour. But then the pandemic changed everything.
So it's like, okay, what am I going to do with this?
Well, Kelly started connecting with fellow musicians online and happened upon the work of film and video game composer Atlas to Earth, who remixed her bee song.
When I first heard it, I was like, oh, that's really different. Like, this isn't my song anymore.
By the end of that first listen, by the time she had come to this forest meadow to capture footage of bees for the remix video,
and I was blown away. It was like, wow.
It's since been played by DJs around the world, Kelly says, in clubs from New York to Amsterdam to Berlin.
Turned it from the grief focus to the joy focus.
While Kelly's pleased to recall fond memories of when she would frequent dance clubs, she's also grateful a whole new audience is discovering her music and hopeful message.
The metaphor of the bee is that there's lots to be done, and we still got time to do it.
Adam Sawatsky, CTV News, Esquimalt.
That's it for us tonight. I'm John Ehrlichman. Todd Vanderhayden is here tomorrow for Sandy and all of us at CTV National News. Thanks for watching. Good night.
CTV National News, Canada's #1 newscast.